So Oronde Gadsden is with us here at Twin Peaks. Oronde was with me Thursday night watching Crowder perform like an hour's worth of funny business at
Nonsense.
the Miami Improv.
Foolishness.
Foolishness. Exactly what it was.
Giving him the funny business. Isn't that from Get Out? The funny business.
Funny business.
Something like that. What was funnier, the New York Jets offense or Channing Crowder at the Improv on Thursday night?
Jets offense was pretty funny, but Channing got the stories. You know, he got a lot of lead up.
I was saying to Crowder, I won't talk about his stand-up stuff, but I was talking with Keller and Barry and you about, like Robert Saleh, just kind of watching that offense on Sunday.
Right.
He's gone from Tim Boyle back to Zach Wilson to Trevor Siemian. You played with Dan Marino,
right?
And then you played without Dan Marino.
True.
And what is it like when you're out there on offense and you know that you just can't do anything?
It's tough. It's a mindset, but it's the person too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you could see it, but that Friday after Thanksgiving when we played the Jets, Tim Boyle just didn't have it. Like, he was just a placeholder. You know when you're a placeholder or you a guy that's, I'm in here, I'm gonna let it rip. You know what I mean? Like,
but that as a receiver, right? Like, you go back to the huddle.
What I'm saying is, that in the huddle,
right?
Those guys. You saw how Peyton yelled at that man yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And people ain't yelling at Dan like that,
right?
Not even Jimmy. You go down there on Monday in the meeting, Jimmy will be like, I don't know about this player. I ain't call it, so we'll just go over it. You know what I'm saying? But he's not going to yell at him on a Sunday like that. But those people just have that, ilk about them that, they're there to win the game and they want to command respect in the huddle. I just don't think those dudes have it. Not saying they can't play quarterback in the NFL, but they just don't have it. You know what I mean? Even if you look at C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young, can Bryce Young play the position? Yeah, but when C.J. Stroud walk in the huddle, just seemed like you got confidence that we gonna get this third made.
Factor. It's the it factor.
Yeah. So when you see them come in there, they just hold themselves. I don't know. You just got confidence. Like when you run out the huddle, and it's Dan, and you run out the huddle, and it's Joey Harrington, just probably a little different. Just a little different.
You just hurt me. So I remember Joey Harrington with them goofy ass speeches. But from that, what should the Jets do? Like, do you stick with Zach? Because I got Dolphin question too. But should you stick with Zach?
Yeah.
Should you try the older guy? Like, you see Joe Flacco's winning games now.
He looked all right
in
yesterday.
Cleveland. What are you doing as the head coach?
But see that's what I'm saying. When Joe walked in there that day, in your mind, you thinking, what this gonna do? But when he get in there and say, yo, listen up, you know what I'm saying? He complete a few passes, he roll, and he like, yo, let's go. Then you're like, okay, now I can run my route with my good moves, not my, I ain't gonna waste them. Listen, I love Ray Lucas to death, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna waste my good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. He may throw it, he may not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I know I'm gonna come back to the house. I'm not gonna get yelled at.
Yeah.
Ray not saying, I'm not gonna throw you the ball no more today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if Dan say that, then
Right.
It's over.
I'm blocking.
So what do the Jets do?
They got to stay with Zach. They picked Zach. Go down with the ship. That's your guy until you draft somebody else, and that's your guy. You picked him second or whatever they picked he was. Yeah. Like, that's what y'all thought he was going to be. You got to roll with it. You know what I'm saying? You done tried everybody else. You done tried Travis Siemian. You done tried Boyle. Yeah, go ahead back.
We were talking at the beginning of the show today. Crowder was saying people sometimes aren't used to winning or being in command.
Being good. All day yesterday, OG. I'm trying to justify the Dolphin fans how good we are. It blew my mind that when they would talk football, everything was pessimistic.
This is what Will Manso tweeted, OG. It kind of quietly went unnoticed by many that Tua had only 3 incompletions yesterday with no turnovers and a QB rating of 119 without Tyreek Hill. Definitely would have been a different story if he had struggled. Now, granted, he wasn't throwing the ball downfield a ton. He had that nice one to Jalen Waddle. They didn't need to do much. But he did exactly what you need him to do, I think, in a game like that.
Right. No, I think he and those are the games where I think he excels. Not saying he doesn't excel in the bad ones, but in a game like this, when he's on point, like 119 is fantastic. I mean, only how many other people did better than Baker Mayfield?
He had a game.
A perfect. He was perfect.
Did he have a perfect game?
Yeah.
He had a game.
158.
Josh Appel was on the call on that one.
158.
He had a game.
But yeah, I think, but the calling has something to do with that as well. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to say we front runners because we have come from behind in some games. But if we get up, the floodgates start to open. And I don't know what changes that or what, because we've seen times where, I think like Monday night, let's run the ball, man. It's 4th and 2. Come on. Even if you got to put Christian Wilkins at fullback and Engel at tailback, let's get these 2 yards, bro.
See that.
You know what I'm saying? Like we can't, and and I hate to say it, but I don't even think Tua in his mind has to run it. Like even when he steps up in the pocket and tries to escape, it's not like I'm fixing to get it. Like it's an escape just to get down or something like that.
Ain't Lamar Jackson.
It's just not him. But I think when we get up and the plays are flowing, Tua is probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league because he could do it all, and the ball comes out on time and it's so accurate, and timing is everything in his offense, and that's what we got him for, and they work well together, him and Mike. So I think things just have to work right though, and that's the problem. I think the good quarterbacks are judged when things go wrong. How they come back and make it happen. Like, Tom's down 28-3, and looking, So I think
I had Atlanta
+3, -3.
I had chalked that one up as a dub. Yeah. I literally had the money in my account in my head.
OG, I want to ask you, man. You saw with the Tennessee game when Tyreek went out, that offense stumbled.
Right.
Like they weren't the same offense.
Correct.
And then me and Hawk were talking about it all last week where I need to see Jalen Waddle in that number 1 position. From a receiver standpoint, how hard is it to go from 2 to 1? Because I saw exactly what Tyreek did is exactly what Waddle was doing. But why couldn't they do that against Tennessee when you know that this man might get hurt?
Like once again, I think, it's the mindset coming into it. You know what I mean? Like you're groomed for that position. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you from personal experience, in Dallas, I was just there. You know what I mean? Like soaking up as much information as you can. I wasn't playing in front of Michael Irvin. I wasn't playing in front of Kevin Williams. None of them prime, not even prime. You know what I mean? I played 4 plays a game and he was in front of me. I played this all my life. Right. And so, but when you get here and OJ was the 1, and I became the 2, but he was giving me lessons and teaching me how to be 1 because obviously he was like, well, it's going to be a time. Not that he wasn't there, but Tony Martin, too, at the time was teaching you how to be a 1. So when they left, it was me and Chris and I, for the English teachers out there. I was ready for that position. Like, I'm not sure, don't get me wrong, because Waddle could probably be a 1 on 30 other teams, 28 other teams.
Yeah.
I think Waddle was in Dallas, he could do what CeeDee Lamb does. I think that. If it was just Waddle. And so, but I think he has to be put in those positions, like you said, and he just hasn't. Like, and I've said this all year. We only have an A game plan. We don't have a B.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And for Tyreek Hill to go down, now you tell Waddle, hey, you got to do these routes. Not really the routes I've been running, though. Now you want me to do these routes. Might not be my bag. Like, can Waddle come in motion and run around and run the wheel and, play off of that? If they back up, run the comeback. If they sit, go deep. He can, but he just hasn't. So for me to switch gears, just like a backup quarterback coming in, like, all right, you in. I was just sitting here, man. Having the sunflower seeds.
Mind my own business.
First pick, intercept. First pass, intercept. What happened? I was sitting over there. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you still throwing him his routes.
Yeah.
Somebody else has to take that Tyreek Hill position. Mm-hmm. You can't move Waddle to Tyreek Hill role. You just have to give Waddle more of his stuff. Like that deep ball is a Waddle route.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a Tyreek Hill route too, but not in that same vein. Like he ran that off the line. You know what I mean? So it's a little different. He can do it, but you have to come into the game with that mindset. You're not starters like, oh, he's the backup, but he prepares like he's the starter. Yeah. Yeah. when you preparing on paper, them things don't, them X's and O's don't move.
To prepare for my math test without doing anything except looking at something. Right. And didn't go well.
Right.
What about Sunday? Sunday is the Oronde Gadsden Bowl.
Woo-hoo.
I didn't realize it,
yes,
but
sir.
Dolphins.
Yes, I can't lose.
And Cowboys.
I can't lose.
Cowboys got just steamrolled.
I don't know if you know, but the game was outside.
is that
big difference?
Is that the mitigating factor? It'll be outside Sunday, although it'll be kind of nice.
Yeah, it'll be nice.